Hello, folks. It's Mad Dog Merv. Welcome to today's show. Today's going to be part 4 of the Boot Hill Express. Should be the final installment. Should be. Um, Before I start on where we're at, one of the things that I really like to do is fly by the seat of my pants when I do builds. So I'll get a box. I'll look at it, and I really sometimes will have a vision of where I want to go, but not always. And I'll just start into it, and I'll let inspiration hit as it goes. As far as the color of the paint or the style of the paint, whatever the the type of paint I use. And every once in a while, I'll get partway through and go, oh, maybe I'll add this, or maybe I should do that. That's exactly what happens here. And the reason I bring that up is most other folks will perfect something and then show you, say, okay, here's the step A, B, C, D, E. I don't do that a whole lot. I will shift in mid-gear. in mid-gear, I'll make a shift, or mid-project, I'll make a shift and show you whether it works or not. And sometimes it doesn't, and a lot of times it does. So I want you to be able to be inspired to know that when you are building and you run into things, or you feel like, oh man, I'd really like to do this instead, that you can do it, that it works out. And you'll see that here. So without further ado, we're going to finish off our Boot Hill Express today. So stay with us.
The version that I got, the instructions are different than some of the other versions that I've seen. This piece right here, the way it shows it to be put in while it's inverted, that's not how it goes. I tried to put it in that way. Some things didn't fit. I thought, you got to be kidding me. Here, it shows it the correct way that it should have been put in. So whoever did these instructions must have been smoking something, because there's definitely some mistakes in the illustrations. So here's how it's supposed to be. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint this area black. I was going to try and simulate carpet. I decided against it for whatever reason. But anyway, here we go again, putting the steering wheel in. It shows that it goes clear over there, and the brake closer here. No, no. That's not how it goes. So you've got to try to figure out how it goes, and this is how it's supposed to go. I actually moved my brake lever a little bit farther over. That's why there's some little white blinking panels there, so that it had plenty of room. And then I put this little skull, which I just happen to have for my Warhammer stuff, on top of the steering wheel. Now for the lanterns, this is how they go together. Very easy. They look pretty good. Put them in their little holders on each side. And then I went ahead and took some Testors Gold paint, because I wanted the gold to be much more vibrant than the rest of the gold that's on this vehicle. Now, one thing I noticed in the pictures, look at this, how beautiful that is. And it kind of dawned on me, oh yeah, these things are supposed to be wood. And beautiful, deep, rich color.
Okay, guys, I want to take a break from finishing the little teeny details on this and show you something what I consider to be amazing. So, again, this is the Humbrol paint, wherever I put it. I can never keep track of anything anymore in that drawer. But yeah, this Humbrol enamel. Remember, use that. This is good hard paint. It's very durable. So yay for me. Okay. But I got looking at pictures of the actual one online, and there was something that really stuck out to me, and that was the color was definitely different. I'm going to show you this cool little trick I just tried out, and I think you're going to like it. So we're going to take one of my favorite tools in my whole arsenal is this Model Wash Rust Effects by Vallejo. This stuff is amazing. I use it on everything. It's like hot sauce. I use it on everything. Okay, watch this. We're going to take this. I'd call this the secret sauce. And I am going to brush paint this on all of my gold. What this is going to do, it's going to change that color, make it a much richer color. It's also going to get down into my recesses, and it's going to do some magic there. What do you think, guys? What do you think compared to, remember, the other side, how it looks? Let me show you the back end. I've already gone ahead and put some on the back end. I can put more if I'd like. It's the thing, I can layer this on here, and it's going to give me a very rich color that I'm liking. About that. Yeah, winner chicken dinner for me. I'm going to continue to finish this off camera, and we'll take a look at it when it's done. Okie dokie, guys, here it is. It's dried, and I love that look. I like how that went. See the difference between the gold frame, and I can repaint those gold frames if I really want to, but I don't really think I want to. Or I haven't put the windows in yet. Yes, I've got some touches up to do here and there, but I'm going to do one more thing, because in the pictures that I've seen of this, it has a little bit of a sheen to it, where this really doesn't. I mean, it's not supposed to be flat. It just kind of turned out that way. So we're going to put a gloss on this. True, I probably should have put the gloss on a long time ago. I probably should have done this, all in the beginning. But really, I didn't think about it till now. So, oh no, how am I going to put a gloss on this? Well, let me show you.
So what I decided to do here is use some of my Pledge or Future, whatever you want to call it this week, whatever it is called this week, and I'm going to brush paint this on. It's going to work out just fine, I'm sure.
Okay, so I put some of that in here. I'm going to use a flat brush, and I'm just going to brush it on. Don't want it on my curtains, so you gotta be careful. I'm just going to brush it on the painted areas that I want it. I'm not putting it on too thick. I mean, I'm putting it on thick. I'm just not putting it on real thick. I'm not going to work it a whole lot because I don't want to take the chance of it starting to dry. And I don't want to leave brush strokes.
You could see how rich and vibrant this looks now. Plus, with that gloss, it's a whole lot better. Um, I think it turned out just fine, and doing it with the brush was okay. I'm happy with it, so we're going to move on. Oh, man, look at that. Where I had to glue the frame on, there's some glue. So I'm going to have to gloss coat that as well to fix that. But you can see the rear end actually fit pretty good on this thing. The taillights turned out good. Here's the velocity stacks, and of course they aren't perfectly round. I went ahead to try to drill them out, but I made a conscious decision. I've got skulls from my Warhammer stuff, and instead of putting little tennis balls or something up there, little BBs, I'll just put skulls. That'll work a lot better. So for Skinny here, I based him with some Wraithbone White from Citadel. Then I did that rust wash over him, and then I dry brushed some Wraithbone on him. Went ahead and did up the leather, did his hat in tan, and used some red for his scarf and band around his hat. Went ahead and used kind of a leather color for the steering wheel. And you can see how this area here turned out. I did put some decals in the gauges, but unfortunately I didn't get a picture of it. Sorry, guys. For the Boot Hill Express tombstone, I gave it one last dry brush, a very highlight with the Wraithbone to just pick up the high edges. And here are the taillights, just some Testors Ruby Red for the taillights. And I think it turned out okay. I'm happy with the results, and I went ahead and made this base out of styrofoam and some groundwork. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us, folks.